Today I am in New York City for the next Acer event, which I attended last year. It was the first time I got to check out VR, so I came back again this year once I was invited to see what they had to offer, and I am really glad that I came because one of the coolest things that they showed off is something that I know you guys have been excited for a seriously long time, which is a 4K 144Hz monitor. Not only that, it is also HDR, it's got G-Sync, it's also got Tobii eye tracking built right onto the monitor itself. So I know you guys have been waiting for 4K 144Hz. You know that I'm really hugely into 144Hz gaming, and the big reason I've been waiting to upgrade to a 4K monitor is because there hasn't been a 144Hz display yet. So in order to achieve that, they are running this thing over DisplayPort 1.4. Like I mentioned, it's got HDR, it is going to be IPS, and it's going to have a 99% sRGB rating when this thing is releasing sometime in Q3 of 2017. But we don't have a firm release or pricing yet, but we are expected to see it sometime around maybe July, August, September, somewhere in that range. So that's about the time frame that we are expecting to see it. And like I said, IPS, so it's going to have that really good color reproduction. It's got the same 4 millisecond response time that we've come to expect on a lot of these high-end G-Sync monitors, 1440p and now 4K with IPS displays. Usually 4 milliseconds has become kind of the standard, so really not too many surprises as far as that is concerned, but I'm just glad that I got to see this thing in person. They had it side by side with their previous generation 27-inch 4K display, which was 60 hertz but didn't have HDR. So this was the first time I got to see that technology side by side. I've seen HDR televisions before, but I never got to actually look at it side by side and make a comparison, and it is a huge difference. It is just night and day when you get to see the two different displays side by side. The blacks look blacker, the colors seemed more vibrant. I don't know what kind of color balancing they've done on the display, but it just looked absolutely fantastic. And for you video editors out there and you color nuts, it's going to have true 10-bit color on the monitor. So it really seems that Acer has kind of checked all of the boxes with this monitor. The only question now is, what is the price going to be and exactly when is it going to come out? I can guarantee you guys I will have one of these probably in the first couple of months to check out on the channel and do a full in-depth review on, and I hope that it's everything that we want it to be, that we've been waiting for so long. Another thing I was happy to see on the monitor is that they have gone with a matte black stand here, choosing to get rid of the red feet like we've seen on a lot of the higher-end Acer Predator gaming monitors over recent years. While those monitors were certainly hitting what gamers wanted as far as the specs and all of that were concerned, I know there were a lot of people that weren't really too happy about having the red feet on the monitors, but they've gone with a matte black finish here with a gorgeous stand. I think it's one of the nicest stands that I've seen so far on a monitor. And of course, since this is a high-end gaming monitor, you can expect to have all the features like pivot, tilt, swivel, and height adjust. One of my chief concerns, though, obviously, is going to be that price, because they are throwing a lot of different technology in there. You've got 4K, you've got 144Hz, you've got G-Sync, HDR, and then the Tobii eye tracker on top of all of that. And you have to assume that with each one of these pieces of technology, it's probably adding on another $100 to $200 in price, like we've seen on previous displays. And I think that the Tobii eye tracker is probably going to be the one thing that I think the majority of people are probably not going to necessarily need. It's a nice feature to have on there, but my concern is how much of cost is that going to add on to the display. So I'm really hoping that maybe they will look at putting out a SKU in the future that won't include the Tobii eye tracker, if that is able to bring down the price significantly. And also, it would be great to see a FreeSync version of that same monitor. We'll have to just wait and see on whether or not those become available. And then also the size. This is a 27-inch monitor and it's 4K, so you know that in certain applications scaling doesn't work great, even if you're able to use it at the desktop, and it doesn't necessarily matter too much in terms of playing games having a small display like that. But the pixel density on displays that size for 4K can be really, really high, which can make it almost impossible to see text sometimes on the desktop. So I do hope that maybe they'll look at doing a 32-inch monitor in the future. That would be great. I remember the Acer XB321 HK that I got to check out last year, and for a gaming monitor, at least for a 4K gaming monitor, I thought 32 inches was the perfect sweet spot. 40 inches is good too, but I don't really expect Acer to be putting out 40-inch 4K gaming monitors. I mean, we can dream, but I think 32 inches is a nice sweet spot. I didn't have any issues with the pixel density on that, at that resolution and that display size. I was able to keep everything at 100% at the desktop without any additional scaling, and it was perfectly readable, at least for me. So yeah, like I said, really looking forward to this 4K 144Hz monitor. I'm sure you guys are as well. Please let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, what you're hoping to see out of these monitors in the future. Another gaming product that I got to see here that was really exciting was the new Predator Triton 700 laptop. What is different about this laptop compared to previous Predator laptops is that they are going very, very thin on this laptop and lightweight as well. It's only going to be 2.6 kilograms. So for a gaming laptop, that is certainly very impressive, and we're looking at different configurations with this. It will be a 15-inch 1080p IPS display on here, and we will have different variants with i5 7300 HQs and i7 7700 HQs, and you'll be able to get 16 or 32 gigabytes of system memory, depending on which one you go for. We don't know exactly which graphics card, or which GPU, I should say, will be in here yet, but it will be something from the NVIDIA 10 series, and I'm expecting something on the higher end, as these are kind of starting up around $3,000 for some of the base models, so I would expect to see something pretty high-end as far as the GPU is concerned from NVIDIA. Now, while the hardware inside may not sound that impressive on its own for a $3,000 laptop, it is impressive when you consider that they're putting this into a laptop that is only 18.9 millimeters thick. So it's going to be very, very thin and lightweight as well. And on top of that, they are also including a mechanical keyboard. That's right, it's got a chiclet style mechanical keyboard in this laptop. We have seen some other monstrous laptops like the one from MSI that had a full-size mechanical keyboard in there, but this is seems to be much more low profile since they've gone with the chiclet keys, and they felt very satisfying to type on, certainly better than some of the other chiclet style membrane keyboards I've seen on laptops in the past. So certainly interested in checking this laptop out once it becomes available. And also the keyboard has been moved to the front as well, taking the touchpad and putting it at the top, which is actually Gorilla Glass. It's transparent so you can see through it. So I'm really glad that they have opted to do this, because one of the things that I complain about most when using a gaming laptop is that you got that touchpad in the front, which most gamers are probably not going to use anyway. So I'm glad they've listened to feedback on that and moved the touchpad to the back of it. Maybe in the future we might even see them do one where they cut down the area on the laptop here significantly for the keyboard and the touchpad, and get rid of the numpad, and then put the touchpad on the right side of the keyboard and go with a 10 keyless design. I think that's something that I would definitely love to see in a ultra thin laptop in the future from Acer or someone else out there. So just a little feedback, something I would like to see. You guys can let me know your thoughts though down in the comments, what you think about this laptop as well as the monitor that we talked about here today. But thanks once again to everyone for watching, and also for Acer for having me out at the event. Had an absolute blast, and hopefully I will be back again next year to get to see some new technology, and I will catch you guys next time.